Hello, fellow guitar geeks. This is the Cornell Amplification Legacy Fuzz, and legacy for a reason. It has a long, long history and real authentic trip all the way back to those first fuzz faces of yore. The Legacy Fuzz is a very faithful homage, tribute to the original fuzz face, and it has some insane authenticity. It is not the exact same circuit as the original Dallas Arbiter, but it is based upon that circuit with a few modern improvements. Among those improvements is the fuzz knob having more range on it, and Cornell Amplification have fixed the volume drop in the original fuzz face circuit. It's a very simple looking pedal. We've got two knobs and a switch and a gorgeous looking jewel light. So there's our clicky switch. We've got volume and fuzz. That's it. And some might say, that's all you need in a fuzz face. But is it? Let's find out. Taking the fuzz out of the equation for a moment, here's the clean tone. So that's the tone without the fuzz pedal, and let's bring it in. I'm expecting a volume drop because that volume's all the way down. There's just a little bit of hair on it. There's that little bit of hair, that little bit of Fender Strat beefing up the single coils, which is exactly what I like a fuzz face to do and what I think it should do. Let's obviously fuzz on 0, and I'm wondering how much fuzz we got on tap. So, bringing that up, let's play something. One quarter. Not a lot of difference. That's giving me some more harmonics, a little bit more fuzz. A little bit more. And then max, no, not maximum yet. Let's wait for maximum. Let's about 85%. Maximum fuzz. Okay, obviously raising the noise floor up by a huge amount. However, that's a nice sounding fuzz. It's not a Velcro rip-roaring tear your face off kind of fuzz. It's one of those fuzzes that has one kind of sound, that fuzz-facey sound, and just gives you more and more and more. I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. All right, let's dive deeper into the Legacy Fuzz. This pedal screams boutique, and I'm digging the design really, really hard. That would definitely, where is it? There it is. Definitely find a home on my pedal board from looks alone, which is a nasty way to think about pedals. But it also delivers on the tone so far. We've got two major tone effectors, volume and fuzz. That's all you get. Unless you count, of course, the on and off switch, which you should. Not to ignore the blue jewel light in the middle. Look at that thing. That's working right now. And the jewel light, hang on, the jewel light on my Fender Deluxe Reverb amp is not working. I've blown the bulb or something. I've done something to it, but it is working. But but it ain't working. I should explain the gear that I'm using. This is the Ampro 2 Fender Strat from Fender, and I'm going straight into the Legacy Fuzz. That's coming out of there, straight into the Fender Deluxe Reverb. That's going into the Harley Benton 212 Vintage with vintage V30s from Celestion, miking it up with some Sennheiser mics, and into your ears. There are some fuzz pedals that like to be abused, like to be smashed around. They're made for making noise, and they're these big chainsaw-y style fuzz riffs that I love and are very doomy. However, this Legacy Fuzz, it almost, rather than demands, it kind of requests that you treat it politely. And I really, really like that. So I was getting some nice fuzzy nastiness out of this top end of the fuzz. But really, for me, my favorite parts are somewhere between sort of there and around there. So for rhythm stuff, this part is beautiful. You just sort of riff around. And then for a little bit more lead, it would be. Because there for chords, it's a bit, not too much, but you start to lose clarity, which is why you back off the fuzz knob. You can also back off the volume, I guess. It's nice. So you get this nice little color. And then we get in some more sort of Roadhouse Blues kind of territory. Let's have a listen to that. And that is, I mean, it's got two knobs and there are several voices stuck within this fuzz pedal. I don't need to tell you that the fuzz face circuit is absolutely synonymous with guitar history. We wouldn't be here without it. And Legacy Fuzz from Cornell Amplification certainly brings back I was going to say brings back the sound of the 60s. That doesn't make any sense. It brings back to me the sounds that I hear on those records. It brings back clear fuzz. So you've still got those. I just want to play it all the time. You've still got those clear clarity of the guitar coming through. This M Pro 2 from Fender is particularly a workhorse guitar. So it's not vintage voiced. It's not modern voiced. It's kind of voiced in the do-it-all workman's Strat, which makes me want to put something else through it. So let's try that. Let's choose another guitar for variety, and he brings up another Strat. But this one is a custom shop vintage voiced. So my friend Chris Barocci says this is one of the most strattiest Strats he's ever played, or words to that effect. Thanks, Chris. Let's have a listen on this one. That cleans up really nicely with this guitar. Wow. Lots of bum notes in that one. That cleans up. That's the best cleanup I've ever had on a fuzz pedal with a guitar. That guitar should have been the main guitar for this video. Whoops, never mind. You live, you learn. Let's try some humbuckers through it to see what that sounds like. The Legacy Fuzz does exactly what I wanted it to do. It just delivers. It's got that meaty, humbuckery Les Pauly kind of tone and that Stratty Hendrixy thing going on. If you are looking for a fuzz face style pedal and you want one hand built from the UK and you want it to look like gold and black and be fun and be related to the original fuzz faces in that Dennis Cornell was the original tester of those fuzz faces. He was the one that went through and tested all the parts for Arbiter, which is insane. Then you should get one of these because he built these as well. So if you aren't convinced by the sounds that I've made with it, maybe a little bit of lineage, a little bit of history would help you. I'm very, very happy with this fuzz. This one is going in my polite fuzzes pile that can get a little bit rowdy on the weekends. I've tried it through the Fender with humbuckers and a couple of single coils. Now let's stick it through the Orange Rocker 15 with a bit more drive to see if it dooms in any way. Now that is a fun tone. Without the pedal, just so you can hear it. So with the Orange, that sounds absolutely monstrous. So it just goes to show, I guess, that you've got to be careful which pedals you put your amps through. That's now a little bit naughty. Before I love you and leave you, let's have a look inside the pedal, shall we? Let's crack it open and see what makes this thing tick. Because I don't think there's going to be much going on inside there. I think it might be a case of quality over quantity. So let's see what's inside. Okay, let's see what's inside. More than I expected. There's even a battery clip. I had no idea there was a battery clip inside. So, lots of stuff. A very tidy job going on there. You can see that it's hand-built. Turning it around. That, to me, is a well-built pedal, a nicely populated board, and nothing in there that you don't need. So, this is a trim pot. Probably a bias. I'm not going to play with that. I'm not going to play with that. I'm not going to play with that. All right, let's put it back together. Hi! Things have changed a little bit because I got so engrossed in playing that pedal when making the video that I forgot to do the ending of this video, which I've never, ever done. So that's a testament to the legacy Fuzz, because I just started playing it. And, you know, I do play guitar outside of making videos sometimes, rarely. But this is one of those pedals that made me do it. And, yeah, as I said, a testament. So the build quality is... It's a cliche to say second to none, but the build quality is exactly what I'd expect from someone who's building amplifiers, because building an amp obviously has safety considerations, and building a pedal is less so because it's very, very low voltage, but you've got to get everything tidy. And someone who is as full of history as Dennis Cornell and his team, then of course this is going to be a well-built pedal. So yeah, that's the legacy Fuzz. As you can probably tell, I'm extremely enamored with this pedal, and I absolutely think that I've said it already, but if you're looking for a fuzz face style pedal, get one with some actual lineage and one that solves some of the problems of the originals, and one that isn't necessarily a marketing ploy. Oh, congratulations! It's the end of the video, which means you are in the end of the video club, and to prove that you are a member of this prestigious elite, when you leave a comment down below, please include the phrase 2 knobs, and that will let me know that you've watched this far in the video and make me chuckle. Thanks to Cornell Amplification for sending out the legacy Fuzz. I've had a blinding time with it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks to you for watching, and don't go nowhere, because there's more videos just there and there. I think I'm fairly accurate with those pointing skills. And also leave a like on the video, because that means more people get to see this wonderful pedal. I'll see you sometime in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.